Let's go. I'm pumped. I'm gonna break down the IG acquisition funnel. I'm fired up. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up at 5 a.m. I got into the word. I drank like 400 milligrams of caffeine to start off the day for the workout, and then I had another one of these, which is like 300 milligrams. So I'm gonna get into it for sure. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm fired up because this IG acquisition funnel actually changed everything for our business. We went from not getting any leads, from not having any type of traction into our Instagram, posting content, posting 3, 4, 5 times per day, posting stories, having no real system, no real strategy. And then I came across this entire funnel and I just made it that much better because you probably have heard about it in the market, running a profile funnel, follower ad. But I realized I did that. It was the middle of funnel content that completely changed everything for us. But for right now, I'm going to break down the entire IG acquisition funnel. I'm going to give you a high level overview so that you can go implement this right now, today, and then begin to get the same results or even better results than we do because quite frankly, it works. The truth of the matter is if you're running VSL ads or if you're running ads straight to a landing page or a webinar, whatever it may be, you've seen this probably time and time again. And I share this stat because it's true. It is required of you to spend $10,000 to get 40 booked calls. And although that is worth it, I'm telling you right now, that's worth it. Why? Because let's say you close even just 10% of those book calls, that's 4 closes, and you had a $5,000 offer, that'd be a 20K month. So you'd have a 2x ROAS. Is that the most optimal way to go about it? 100% not. Like there's way better ways. If there is a better way, why wouldn't you take it? And I'm going to share with you the better way right now because first of all, VSL ads, challenges, webinars, they do work, but when you implement them at the bottom of the funnel, why? Because if you do it at the top of the funnel, too cold traffic, you're getting unqualified leads, you're getting people who are only business opportunity seekers, or even those who are qualified leads. They don't trust you. It's the first time they've ever seen your face and they just popped into a call and they're with you right there, right away. So your sales game better be like A1. For us, we don't sell. 80% of our marketing does the conversion. I'm gonna share with you how we do all this so that you can implement it yourself within your own business. But this is how our ads manager looks right now. As you can see, all we do is run follower ads, a whole bunch of different types of creatives and campaigns, follower ads, and also DM ads. We run DM ads, but that's later on in the funnel. And as you can see, our DM ads are producing $4 per DM message, which is insane. That is insane because these are only coming in from top of funnel to the bottom of funnel. So it's qualified people who have gone through our profile, thousands of them coming into our profile every single month, hundreds of them turning into Instagram followers, and many of them turning into high ticket buyers. Note this, I'm not here to be famous. I'm not here. You don't even have to convert all of this attention. Truth of the matter is that you probably don't even have the bandwidth to convert 1,000 people into a high ticket program. That'd be a lot of work. Yes, it'd be a lot of revenue, but you'd have to have systems and a team in place and all these things. And most of you, honestly, if you can just get to 100K per month, you would be in such a way where you can leverage other people, bring into your team, and eventually, right, the goal is to be able to have that business leverage. And this is what this creates right here. So you don't need VSL ads, challenge ads. You don't need any webinars at the top of the funnel. You need those at the bottom of the funnel. Why? Because you'll get thousands of people to come in here and only qualified people will send me DMs. As you can see here, only qualified people for $4. That is pretty crazy. And of course, the more that we optimize it, you can see we got 1,300 visits on this one. And of course, these are running, right? 20 cents per profile visit right there. It's crazy. It's insane. I'm going to show you how to do this, how you can do this within itself. Your Instagram is going to be looking like this every single day. Every single day, you're going to get follows. ICP follows. You can see a whole bunch of follows every single day. And I just want to share with you, we actually, that's how crazy our content is. That's probably hence why you're here, because of our content. Well, one of my brothers here, Lee, he actually ran the play. He didn't even join the program. Like he didn't even come with us because it just wasn't the right fit at the moment. Maybe who knows what God has for us in the future, but he ran it just on free content, YouTube content. And he had gotten 56 new followers just in the next day. Like it's crazy. It's insane that you are going to get the entire curtain peeled back. If this person, Lee, was able to launch this with just the value on YouTube, figuring it out on his own. Of course, I pull back the curtain on YouTube too, and that's why you're here. But you're going to get the little intricate details, the minute things that have completely exploded this for us. The IG acquisition funnel, allowing us to get ICP follows for $6. As you can see here, we spent 418. We got 66 follows right here. As we can see, another one of our campaigns, we had 43 follows, 264 ad spend, and $6.13 per qualified lead right there. Let me ask you something right now. If you were able to spend between that right there, it's about $700, and that's 100 people coming in, followers, ICP follows, and you only converted 10% of that, and you have a 3K offer. That right there within itself is a $30,000 month. Think about that. That's the power of this funnel that I'm sharing with you right now. And the way that we're going to do this is not by creating content that nobody watches, not by creating viral content, which I've done. You can see we started creating viral content. We were getting 8,000 views, like we were getting in the thousands of views, but it was still not attracting the right person. We're not here to be famous. We're here to attract the right people, the right ICP, so that our business can be ran through our content. We're not here to go viral. We're here to attract the right person, right ICP. As you can see here, when we started to niche down and completely just go for micro niched viral videos, hence why you're probably here, because you saw that, man, I need that help. I need that system. It makes sense because I broke it down that way. I attracted you by only speaking to your pain points, and hence why you're here. But the purpose of content is to absolutely disqualify every single person who is not my ICP. I want to disqualify. I don't want followers. I don't want fans. I need to only speak to the people who God has called me to serve in this business venture. Those who are looking to scale past that 11K per month that they've been stuck at to get to 20, 30, 40, 50, 100K per month. Those are the people that I speak to. So I provide a solution, and why you're here is because I provided a solution. Many of you have been helped in my content already without even you jumping on a call. You already got a whole bunch of help like Lee did. Provide results, proven results that are shown. It's not about saying 100 different things. I'm not saying I could do this and I could do that. I could do this. No, it's just about saying one solution 100 different ways. Lead generation. I will help you get leads. And I just said it 100 different types of ways to the point where you're like, man, I need this IG acquisition funnel, which is what I'm about to break down right here. And of course, when we do run DM ads, it's beautiful. Like, here's another one of our campaigns right here. 139 messages for only $5.88. Crazy. 139 messages, $5.88, nurtured leads. And I'm not saying that every single one of them will be, because that's impossible, right? To be able to manufacture that, to actually know that 100% conversion, no. But I'm saying that I know that these DMs are only coming from people who are coming from the top of funnel, which means that they are already nurtured with my content. They have this trust. They understand what I do. They're not just DMing me for no reason. And some will, and that's okay, right? But what we want to do is maximize and optimize for our opportunities. And this is exactly how we do it. It's how we have, as you can see, just DMs with a whole bunch of ICP people all day, every single day. Even had 2 Comma Club award winner right there. That's the ID acquisition funnel. I'm telling you, if I could do it 3 years ago, I was completely broke, lost, no purpose, no nothing. Like, I was stuck in addictions. Praise be to Jesus Christ for saving me. But this funnel right there that he revealed to me is really how everything changed, and is about to change for you. I just need you to trust the process, trust him, the Lord Jesus Christ, first and foremost, because nothing will happen without him anyway. But the system works. It's been proven. And we're about to implement this for you right here. I'm going to break it down, high-level overview. What we're going to go ahead and do right here is launch the IG acquisition funnel, which at the top of the funnel, what we're going to create is 3 different types of creatives for you: a carousel, a video, and micro niche reels. And I'll explain to you exactly why we're going to do each one of those. Really, where you're going to start off is probably just a video ad. And then we'll dive into micro niche reels, and then we'll dive into the carousel. But the video ad is going to produce instant results. In fact, when you go down these modules and you see the scripting, and I script them with you, you can absolutely script them, record them, get them edited within the next couple of days, launch it, and you will begin to get followers. The moment that you launch this funnel, you will get followers right away, hours after, if it is implemented correctly, if your middle of funnel is optimized, of course. But it works. So what we do is we get traction to our Instagram profile, right? Most of you here that are in our program have a coaching consulting offer, maybe an agency offer as well. But you know what's so beautiful about this? That even if you had, for instance, another different offer, like say that you wanted to promote a website or promote, which I don't recommend. I recommend that you go straight to the DM and start having these conversations. But what's beautiful is that when you get all this traction coming into your funnel, as you can see, I have 2 links here. For me, I prefer to send them straight to my YouTube so that they can get nurtured. We only got about 60 something subscribers because we started this YouTube channel about a month and a half ago, like actually going in deep on it. And our watch time is about 50 hours in the last 28 days, which is crazy. I don't need to be famous. I just need to create the right content for the right people. But what you can also do is have your funnel. You can also have a funnel. You can also have a booking page. You can also have a landing page. And now I'm not sending them directly to this page, which typically on average, when you do that, it costs anywhere between 16 up to maybe up to like $30 if you're like dialing it in. And that's just a website visit. So instead, I just put it on my Instagram. Guess what these people are going to do if my content is nurturing them, if my content is helping them, if my content is providing so much value, which is what we were called to do. They're going to click that link regardless without me having to say, go straight to the link. Guess what happens when you tell people to go straight to the link? They know that you're selling them. And for some reason, there's some resistance against sales. Not that sales is bad. Sales is bad when you try to convince people. But when you uncover the value of your offer so well that people must buy, sales is good. You like sales. You buy things. You buy things because you feel like it's going to make your life better. You have a perceived value of what it's going to make you feel, think, imagine, whatever it may be. But you buy things that matter to you. That's what we want to do here within our offers. We want to make ourselves findable to the people who already want to buy the very thing that we have to offer. And that's how we do it. We run that follower ad here at the top and the middle funnel, which I'm not going to break down completely because that'll be later modules, but we have short form content. We have IG story sequences and long form content. It's that simple. You could get 2 YouTube videos out every single week, IG story sequences that I'm going to give to you, right? Done for you so that you just edit them. And you could get short form content, one every other day, micro niche reel. You're going to scale your business. You're going to scale your business. And then once we run into the retargeting ads, which is right here, middle of funnel, going into that bottom of funnel, which is now the VSL ads, now the webinar, now the challenge if you so want to run one. Then at that point, these people have already been nurtured because they've gone through all of this before they see any of your offers there. And of course, bottom of funnel, it's going to be warm outbound and hot outbound. So warm outbound meaning all the people who are engaging with all of these posts, engaging with your Instagram, because no, you're getting thousands of people to come check out your Instagram. Hot outbound is going to be straight DMs from retargeting ads. And of course, I'm going to break down that entire process on how to start the conversation, the email sequences, the value assets, how to get those, how to get those implemented, how to run it with the lead magnet, how to run your sales call and so forth. But if you can do all of this correctly, your sales calls are going to be so easy. Why? Because 80% of the marketing will do the conversion. If you can get your middle of funnel dialed in, which we will, we're going to get that middle funnel dialed in, then your sales is more so people are already interested and bought into what you have to offer. They just want to know how it makes sense for them. Simple as that. And of course, we'll talk about fulfillment, delivery, and all that as we continue to scale. As you scale your business and we start getting the results that none of your coaching programs and consulting programs that you've been in the past have worked. Like they just haven't. They haven't worked to the extent at which you want it to, and we're about to change that completely. We're going to change everything because this is not just about what I say and what I do, but it's what God has given me to steward, and I do it all onto Him. And when we are favored by God, there's nothing that we can't do. For what is impossible to man is possible to God. It's His word. Again, high-level overview. We run a follower ad, nurturing content here in the middle of funnel, and then retargeting ads, which makes it inevitable. They're going to see your face over and over and over and over and over, and the middle of funnel right here makes them want to actually see your face. When you look at me, when you think of me, you don't think of, oh, here comes Joe, he's going to make another offer. No, you think he's going to provide value. Whatever he gives out, it's going to be value. He drops a YouTube video, it's going to be value. He drops a story sequence, it's going to be value. He drops a reel, it's going to be value. That's what we do. And of course, I show my authentic side through my story sequences so that you can connect with me. So I can connect with you in our faith. So we can connect in what really matters, which is making disciples of all nations. And when we can do that, we are in sync and we are aligned to what God has called us to do. And that's why this IG acquisition funnel works so well, why we get book calls like this. Even what's your current monthly income, 5 to 10K, 50K a month is what I want to do, which is why you're here as well. I have multiple 4 figures to invest, 100% confident. That's how I get my pre-qualification. I'm going to give that to you as well so that you are only getting qualified calls moving forward from that. But that's a high-level overview. That's the funnel right there within itself. In terms of the intricate details of how we're going to actually launch this, how we're going to script each one of the ads that we're going to create, video ads, story ads, carousel ads. Well, I'm going to explain that here in the next couple modules, and we're going to actually script those out. I'm going to give you some sample templates on how to actually script them out. But of course, I'm here to help you as well. I'm here to do it with you, but we're going to collaborate it because no one knows your offer better than you do. But that's a high-level overview. God bless you. Let me see if there's anything else that I need to cover here. No, we're going to cover here in the next couple modules how to actually script them. Then we're going to get into scripting them. We're going to get into recording them, and we're going to get into launching them. And I'm going to break that all down step by step. I'm going to teach you how to actually do it. It's very, very simple. Very simple. It's very simple. It's what marketing agencies don't want to share with you so that you have to pay them a retainer in thousands of dollars month after month, month after month. when you could just learn how to do it and do it yourself. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you right there later on in the modules. And then I'm also going to give you the tracking metrics so that you can scale that. And of course, we're doing this hand by hand. So like we're going to actually scale this together, but that's a high level overview. I'm excited about this right now. Let's get going, and I'll see you here in the next couple modules so we can start scripting them. Let's go. God bless you. We're about to launch your ads right now. I'm going to walk you step by step how to launch your ads, from how to set it up in the campaign, how to actually navigate it in the ads manager, how to track for metrics, everything. It might be a little bit more of an extensive video. You might have to rewatch this video a couple times, quite frankly, because everything seems difficult or hard when you first learn it, but just the way that you didn't know how to tie your shoes at one point in your life. You might not remember, but it was hard to tie your shoes. You didn't know how to ride a bike at one point in your life. It was hard to ride a bike. You kept falling off. But the more that you did it, the easier it got. And this skill set that I'm about to share with you right now is for you to leverage so that you never have to pay a marketing agency thousands of dollars or a retainer for marketing your services or your coaching or your consulting or your agency work, but rather you now have the skill set. And the best part yet is that you can now teach others this exact skill set, and it adds so much more value to your offer by you being able to leverage this and actually show your clients how to run ads. Because the truth is that any business needs marketing. Marketing and sales are the two major components of any business. And if you can teach people how to market the way that I'm about to show you right now, it's like you can literally take what I teach and make it your own. And of course, give all glory to God. Don't even, like, not even me, like just give all glory to God, and we're all winning. Let's advance the kingdom of God. So I'm about to share with you how to actually launch your follower ad. You should have already scripted those. You should have worked with me. If you have any questions on that, like we can work on that together, but we're going to launch a few different type of creatives. It's going to be the educational, the value-based, as well as the social proof testimonial. But really, how to launch this, it's going to be more so the follower. I'm going to show you how to launch the value-based follower ads. I'm not going to dive into the micro niche reels yet because you and I are still going to create those. Maybe you have those already. And again, I can share with you, it's super simple, but really I'm going to show you the value-based ones right now so that you know exactly how to launch it in the ads manager to go into your Facebook ads manager. You know, when you do this, there's a difference between boosting and business manager. Look, boosting, it's not that it doesn't work. It still works. I can show you right now within itself. I'm going to show you the actual like data so that you can see this, because I believe that showing you is going to be just much more effective. I truthfully I've been running this as well, and there's nothing wrong with testing, right? But we've been boosting this one right here on the front of our Instagram profile, and it's gotten 139 follows. We've spent maybe $309 on this. So it's not bad, right? It's not bad. We've gotten quite a bit of followers, but I would say this, it's not the greatest results. And we did this to test, just to show you that I'm not telling you not to do a certain thing because that's what I think, but rather it's what we've actually tested in the market. That's why I'm showing you right there that cost per profile visit is $1.45. Like, although this is not the worst, right? It's way better than a VSL. It's still way better than a challenge. It's still way better than running a direct funnel. There's better ways to do that. And that's what I'm going to teach you. Look at this, 38 cents, 43 cents, 38 cents. That's just in the last 30 days. Of course, there's more. And I can show you all these stats right now. The only reason why I'm showing you this is so that you can truly see that the numbers, that what we're doing here, it's actually testing so that you have the best results in the market. I've done the testing so that you don't have to. 43 cents. That is much better. And of course, these are our DMs right there, but that is much better than what we see here on boosting a post. And plus, we did get a lot of followers, but quite frankly, just being honest, like a lot of these followers were not what we were looking for, not ICP people. It just wasn't producing the results that we necessarily want. We did get a lot of followers, and sometimes you don't actually find out whether they are good ICPs until like way later on, because your content, your middle funnel will convert those people. You'll get DMs. And I'm not saying that this doesn't work at all. Like, we'll still get some people in, but I'd rather go straight to what I know that works, testing the creatives, different setup. And that's what I'm about to walk you through right now. Again, you and I test this, maybe putting even $10, $15 per boost just for a couple of days, just to see what happens. But I want to let you know this is me uncovering everything so that you know exactly how we do it within the boosting. But really, what we're going to do is go into the business manager. I'm going to teach you this. This is where the game is. This is where the skill set, you're about to learn a high ticket skill set. You're about to learn what people charge thousands of dollars for. I'm not kidding. Like, you probably know this already within itself. So how we're going to do this, let me go ahead and see if my pen is going to work. Maybe it's not going to work, and that's okay because it's already set up. The pros of using a business manager is that you can leverage a pixel, which means more options to make it custom. You can target detailed ICP. So we're going to have different interest groups, and I'm going to show you the best interest groups depending on your niche. And you and I will also be working on this, but you're going to be able to launch multiple ad sets and creatives at once for optimal testing. That's how we get it under $1, under 50 cents, quite frankly, getting thousands of people to come and check us out. Maximize on testing, tracking, and scaling. We want to track, we want to scale. If you're not doing that, which is much more difficult to do it through boosting, if you're not tracking and scaling, well, then at that point, you're going to be unable to fix what needs to be fixed and optimize what needs to be optimized right there. So the cons of this, it's not much data. It's hard to track for metrics and performance. What I mean by that is harder to track because it doesn't actually have this exact metric in terms of every single one. You know, actually, I just figured something out literally on the spot right now. The Holy Spirit just revealed it to me. And we do have that. So forget what I just said right there. This was before I actually created it. I'm going to show you exactly a hack that most people don't even know how to do on how to actually set this up in your ad manager so that you can see the follows and you can see your cost per follow and everything. It just came to me. So I'm going to show you that right now. Boosting post. Yes, it's easy. It's simple. You just literally post a post at the top of your page and then you boost it. So it makes it very easy to be able to do. So it's a quick setup. That's the pros of it. It can be done directly from IG, just a few minutes, leveraging existing organic content that's already proven through pre-existing engagement with your audience. Cons, there's not much data. It's very hard to track. I know that there's a little bit of a typo there. This should have been right here. That's why I got a little bit confused right there with the business manager right now, because you can test all of this and tracking is way, way, way better. So again, that should be for this part right there. Come on. Anywho. So we're going to go into what the strategy is right now. I'm going to break it down. This is very much a 1-3-10 strategy, and I'm going to break that down right now exactly what you need to know. But the reason why we do this is because we want to target the emotional, the psychological ecosystem. There's an entire study and system that we have, research on how to best do this. And the best ways to do this, depending on where you're at within your profile, most of you are going to start off with what we just call a few interest-based audience and a custom audience, right? That's what we're going to these are used for retargeting. These are used for our follower ads. Lookalike, it's only if you have maybe in the thousands of followers that are actual ICP people. Well, then in that case, we'll leverage that. But for the most part, you guys are going to be using that right there. So no need to worry about anything else right here. A lot of what I'm giving you right now is context, so you know what's happening, so you understand how I go about, thinking about every single one of these things right here so that you can also do it. And I'm going to walk you through how to do it actually in the ads manager in the same exact video. So again, it might be a little bit more extensive. You should have your Facebook already connected to Instagram, a Facebook page connected to Instagram, and your entire business manager set up already. Otherwise, go do that right now. I can give you the resources. I do have resources on how to set that up as well, but you should have already done that because most of you have already ran ads. You probably have already ran ads in the past. So you shouldn't need that support, but if you do, I do have that support. Just let me know, ping me, and make sure that you have that set up before you go into this, because otherwise it's not gonna work. You need to have your Facebook ads manager set up. But anywho, let's go into the 1-3-10 strategy. Our profile and story ads. I'm going to break down the video value ads right here because it's what's going to produce the results for us. This in the micro niche results, micro niche ads is what really is just crushing it for us right now. And I'll show you that right now in a second. But what you're going to do in the ads manager, and again, I'm going to walk you through how to do this here in the ads manager, but I want to give you a high level overview, walking you step by step so that you have it, understanding of how to do it, and you have the step by step. But also I'm going to walk you through how to do it. So just tag along. It's going to be a little bit technical here, but not really. It's very, 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 very simple if you just follow this. When you set up your ad campaign setup, you're going to select traffic campaign. You're going to select manual traffic campaign. This is a double here. You're going to make once it gets you into the campaign, you're going to make sure it's selected on traffic because we want to send traffic directly to your Instagram profile, not awareness, not engagement, not leads, not sales. Just select traffic for the follower ad. When we get into the DM ads, it's going to be engagement. But for the follower ad, top of funnel, traffic campaign. You go down here. This is all on the first level, right? Because in the ads manager, there's a campaign level, there's the ad set level, and then the third one is the creative level. We're just in the campaigns level right here. So I'll let you know when we transition to the next one, and you'll also be able to see it when I get here in the ads manager. You're going to select ad set, budget, and from there, everything else is going to stay the same. Simple, simple. And again, I'm going to walk you through how to do this right now, actually in the ads manager, but just tag along for now. Once we get to the ad set level, which is phase number 2, you're going to select here. Of course, you want to title this, and I'm not doing this right now because I'm actually going to do this in the ad set, in the ads manager for you. But really, target audience is what I would select. So for instance, I would select something along the lines of broad, one interest group, or multiple interests. And I'm going to walk you through what that looks like right now, just in just a bit. And you're gonna go ahead and select this right here, Instagram or Facebook. So send traffic to Instagram profile, Facebook page, or both. That's what you want to select. Again, not message, Instagram or Facebook traffic. You move on to the next thing right here and deselect Facebook page, because we do not want to send this to Facebook. We want to send it all directly to Instagram. We're running an IG acquisition funnel, Instagram, not a Facebook, Instagram. So just select Instagram. Make sure, again, this should have already been connected on your Facebook Ads Manager. Otherwise, it's not going to work. But deselect Facebook page here. Go on to the next phase right here. And here is where you're going to select your budget. When you select your budget, what's going to happen here is every time that you select, because we're in the ad set level right now. So whatever budget you select, so like let's say that your budget for total spend per day was $60, okay? You got $60, and since we're going to have 3 different ad sets, you would select $20 on this ad set, because we're going to duplicate that ad set, and then you're going to create another 2, so it's going to be 20, 40, and 60. So in this case, for this example, you would select $20, and then we're going to duplicate that, and it's going to be a $60 total spend. Let's say, let me give you another example. You only had a $30 for this follower ad. You would just select $10 here, because when you duplicate, it would be 10, 10, and 10. So again, select $20. So whatever it is that your budget is, just divide it by 3. So if your budget is $90, then this would be 30, 30, 30. 30 right here. Typically, I like to start my ads the next day, but you can start right away. It really doesn't make that big of a difference, but I like to start it the next day just to give the campaign the full day for testing metrics. We're not in a rush. Everything is beautiful in its timing. God has a perfect timing for everything. We want to make sure that we have everything set up correctly. And if it is set up correctly and you want to launch, that's okay. But I'd recommend that you just go with the next day so that you can get the full day of testing. So for instance, this is October 4th. This was a while back when I took the screenshot, but let's say that in the case of, what's today's date? November 18th, we would just select November 19th for the next day, and then I would select midnight here. Boom, simple as that. Now, in terms of Advantage Plus, you do not want to use Advantage Plus. Just trust me on this. I've tested it. I've done tons of tests. Just switch to original audience options. Switch to original audience options, and that's going to give your original audience, meaning that your pixel and all of your data is going to be incorporated into that. That's what we want. Moving forward, manual placements. At the end, at the bottom of the page, it's going to be manual placements. We're going to take off Advantage Plus placements because we only want to send this to Instagram stories and reels. Why? Because all the tracking is there. When do you actually, most people actually do not go into the explore page to go look at an ad. Like, you don't. You want it to pop up only where people are already most engaging on, which is stories and reels. Simple as that. Trust me on this. I've done this so many times. So just follow the steps and you're going to have success. I know that. In Jesus' name, that's my prayer for you and for your business. But once you get into the actual interest groups, one of the interest groups that we're going to select is going to be a broad audience, meaning whatever your audience is, you just want to make sure that you're putting in the age gap right here. So 20 to 40 years old. It's the audience that I'm selecting here. You could put 25 to 40. You could put 25 to 45. Whatever it is that your audience age gap is, select that right there in terms of age. You don't want to make it super, super narrow. You want to give at least a decade. So 25 to 35, 25 to 40, at least a decade times. And then in terms of, unless like your audience is just like, I don't want to work with anybody over 30, which doesn't really make sense because people over 30 are the people who actually have money to invest into programs. Most people in their 20s, most people do not, but some will. So of course, select it based on your audience there. 20 to 40. Here's where you can select the locations as well. United States is what I have selected here, but you can incorporate whatever location it is, Canada, Australia, UK. Also, you can select specific locations if you're more on a smaller parameter. You can select cities, like for instance, Santa Barbara County, where I'm located, or Los Angeles County, or Bay Area County, whatever it may be. You can select that in there, and I'm going to show you that in the Ads Manager. But really, most of you are in the online space, so you can work anywhere in the United States as well. I'm not going to dive into the create custom lookalike audiences right now, as well as the custom audiences, because most of you are not going to be in that. When we launch a follower ad, we're going to do this. 3 different ad sets, how I mentioned. The first one is going to be a broad audience. Again, genders. If you only work with men, select men. If you only work with women, select women. If you work with both, select both. But select one. Keep it broad. No interest or anything. And you want to always work on that one first. And then when you work on that one, you're going to go ahead and fill out all of your creatives over here So creative 1, creative 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, put in all the copy, put in all the video ads, and then you would duplicate this right here. Click on this, duplicate, and then it would have it all created for you. You don't want to duplicate it first because then you have to still insert all the creatives, and you'll see what I'm talking about just in a second here. Just want to make sure that I save you the most amount of time. But going back to this broad audience, you have the broad audience, and then you're going to go into single interest. We're going to have a single interest group. Here, I select entrepreneurship for mine specifically because that is the best interest group where I can go and go broad. And again, you and I will work on this. I'll tell you which ones to select, but broad audience and then single interest group. I'm going to select only one, which is entrepreneurship. And as I move forward to the third ad set, is going to be multiple interests. So in my case, for scaling businesses online, it's going to be content marketing, entrepreneurship, social media marketing. Man, right? Let me give you the best interest groups right now. Depending on your niche, I'm just probably going to cover it right here. Here we go. If you're in the coaching, marketing, you're going to select coaching, entrepreneurship, digital marketing, online advertising. If you're in sales, marketing, lead gen, this is for all you agency owners, right? You're going to select lead generation, sales, online advertising, social media marketing. This is for all agencies, for all sales. If you're helping with sales, if you're helping really with consulting, if you're helping with scaling businesses, these are great right here as well. In terms of firms, corporations, carpentry, lawyer, realtor, roofing contractor. In terms of health and fitness, if you're in the fitness industry, healthy lifestyles, Pilates has been working great as well. Vitamins and nutritional supplements, physical exercise. Again, note that these are very, very broad. You want to keep it broad. Why? Because I'm not trying to get super dialed in and super narrow on the interest group. I'd rather have millions of people in this interest group, and then my creative and my copy, my call out will really call that person in. That's how we want to do it. We don't want to get super niche down in the interest group. We want to get niche down in the creative, in our copy, in our messaging, which you and I have already worked on. So we're good there. Mindset and human. You want to select human, nutrition, meditation, physical exercise, weight training. Those are the best interest group right there. And again, you can intertwine here. It's all about testing. As long as this person will be in this broad interest group, you're good. Let the creative do the testing. There's not really necessarily any right or wrong or like, don't do this or don't do it. Like if you select the broad interest group, we have a select interest, right? One interest, that would be entrepreneurship for the health and fitness, maybe physical exercise, weight training, very broad. And then on the third one, you select multiple interests and you put a multiple where your ideal avatar will be. Well, then we're in good shape. You're going to get great results. Great results. A lot of people overthink this part. No need to overthink it. Just put it out there. Trust me. Like, just put it out there, and your creative is going to get the right people. It's going to get the right people, especially if we set it up the right way and we created your ad in such a way that it is optimal for conversion. And plus, your middle funnel is going to be crushing it. Once we get into that creative side is where you're going to actually select the creative setup launch. So in this case, you're going to select broad interest. Again, you would have selected that broad interest creatives, and then all you would have to do is duplicate it, and all of this would save. So then you would just go back to that interest group and change that, and then multiple interests, boom, 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 right here. And we go into single image or video, right there, single image or video, and I would deselect this part right there. And again, the text, I'm going to give that to you. Actually, you can just check the bottom here of Skool in the text portion. I'll give you the exact test, the exact copy as that we've used to work, but really it's just follow me at the Joe Aquino for the exact blueprint on how to scale past 50K, and then I give some copy. I'll give it all to you right there so that you actually have the exact copy that we've been using. But here we would deselect everything else. Boom, 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 boom. Publish. Let's go. It is as simple as that. Simple as that. That is a high level overview. And I know that this video got a little bit more extensive. So what I'm going to actually go ahead and do is I'm going to create another video here, actually going into the ads manager right here, walking you step by step. The reason why I do this, I don't want you to sit here for an hour having watched this, right? If you already understand and you're ready to go, or if you actually do need that video, then you can go and watch it. I do recommend that you watch that, but I'm respectful of your time. Your time is valuable. My time is valuable. You want to make this as efficient as possible. Again, I'm not like these other course creators, coaches, consultants who give you a whole entire course. All I want to give you is the exact information that you need to implement, to go. And most of the time, you and I are going to be doing this together, because for me, my goal is for you to first get closer to God, to Jesus Christ, and second, to shorten the gap that it takes you to get to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K with us so that we can provide the best results for you. So again, I'm going to put that next video here in the next training on how to actually set it up in the ads manager. It's basically going to be everything that I just walked you through right here, all of this, but like actually doing it, right? Actually going into the ads manager and clicking with the buttons within itself. But most of you will already be able to do this right here within itself because you're familiar with the ads manager. But I'm going to create that video. God bless you. I'll see you here very shortly. All right, well, welcome back. This is a continuation of our first video. You're probably jumping right from that, or maybe you took a little break. You had to go do whatever you had to do, and now you're back, ready to launch this. And again, refer back to this video at any time, but this is really going to break down how to actually set up everything that we just talked about in the video above in the ads manager. I'm going to show you how to actually set this up. What I have set up here in our columns, we have different types of columns just so I can track specific things. This one specifically is to our Instagram follows. So what I want you to do, which is so beautiful that Instagram now allows this, well, Facebook Ads Manager, but it allows you to track how many profile visits, how many follows are coming in from each specific one. As you can see, this one, 881 profile visits at 38 cents, and I got 135 followers off of that. This is our micro niche content as well too. So I'm going to show you how to actually set this up. What you want to go ahead and do is in your columns, you'll probably have a few of these right here. You'll simply go ahead and select that pen, that edit button. That's going to pull this up. Oh, here we go again. It's going to pull it up and simply set up your columns this way. How? Look at mine over here, and I'm going to go scroll down here very shortly. Delivery, recommendations. You can even take out recommendations, quite frankly. Delivery, results, cost per result, amount spent, Instagram profile visits, Instagram follows, impressions, reach, schedule, engagement rate, ranking, CTR, and CTR all, budget. Again, take a screenshot of that if you need that, but really what you would do, for instance, yours is not going to be set up that way, but if you wanted to look for something, you just go in here and search these all up, and when you do, they're going to pop up over here, and then you could just move these around however you want. But just set it up the way that I have set up so that you and I could track on this, both of us together, and when we actually go into our calls and you and I are tracking, we're going to be able to see the numbers here. It's really cool because when you have our tracking sheet that I have for you as well, you can just insert those numbers over there as well. How many what's your cost per follow and Instagram profile visits, all of that. And again, I'm going to cover more on how to track in our tracking module. So no need to worry about that right now. I just need you to set it up in this way so that you can see that. And what we're going to do is going to go ahead and create a campaign. So let's go ahead and launch follower ads. I'm going to walk you step by step how to do this. You're going to go ahead and select create traffic campaign. I'm going to go pretty quick on this one because I already explained it to you in the video above. So I just want to dial it in, get it going. I'm going to go create traffic campaign. We're going to go manual traffic campaign. It's going to pop up right here. What I like to do, I like to give it a name. I'll call it IG follower ad. Let's say that we're going to create one of three. If it's our stories or if it's our carousels, I put that in the same category, or if it's our micro niche reels, or if it's our value-based reels. Okay. So what I'll do on this one, I'll just go ahead and put value-based reels, and then I'll give it a date. What's today's date? It's the 11/10. Boom. You select that right there, and once you go down, make sure that that's on traffic. Everything else stays the same. Show more options. Everything else will just stay exactly the same. We'll be good to go from there. And a lot of times Facebook changes these features, so I just looked through it. It looks a little bit different from when I last did it. And that's why I create this video over and over, just so that you have the most recent updates. But after that, we're going to go into the ad set level. Again, if you recall, what I like to name my ad set here is a specific one that I'm going to actually create. It could be broad, it could be interest, single interest, or multiple interest. In this case, remember, we're going to select broad interest first because this one we won't make any changes to it, right? No changes will be made, and we're just going to duplicate that once we do make changes. Not website, we're going straight for Instagram or Facebook. Send traffic to an Instagram or Facebook profile. Keep going down, deselect the Facebook page. Again, you can watch this in 1.5 speed as well. And I'm going to use the same example, right? Let's say our budget for the IG follower campaign, it's going to be $60. I would select $20 on this one because we would then later on duplicate this, and it would be 20, 20, 20, so $60 total. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Go down. It's November, I guess it's November 18th. I don't know why my watch says the 10th. Something's wrong with it. November 18th. So just disregard that, right? You know, that's the 18th there. November 18th, I'm going to select the 19th so I can start this at midnight, like I mentioned. We're going to go with 12:0. And you do have to be patient with Facebook Ads Manager. A lot of times it's a little bit slower than you would want it to be, but one of the fruits of the Spirit is to practice patience. And the only way to do that is to be in a position where you got to practice patience. So praise be to our Lord Jesus Christ. Once you go down, we're going to select here, keep going down. Set audience control for all campaigns. Right here, switch to original audience options. Do not use this. Go back to original audience. This is going to give you optimal results, like I had mentioned. That's going to change everything up. Everything else here stays the same. Keep going down. It's going to say that you get 9.7 lower cost, whatever. They just want to run it the way that they want it. Don't listen to them. Don't feed Mark Zuckerberg's pockets. Instead, let's feed yours. And not even for the money, but really to go serve the right people. Custom audience, search existing audiences. This is where you would select the custom audience later on in retargeting, but don't worry about that right now. This is just a follow ad campaign right here. So locations, United States is selected, but let's say that you wanted to, you work with other people, and we oftentimes do. I'm working with somebody within the UK right now, but let's say that you want to include more locations. You would just select those right there: Canada, Australia, UK, Netherlands, all great markets within info space. But if you want to just stay within the United States is there's plenty of people there. So US, keep that there. Of course, if you even wanted to go down even further to like a specific county, you can do that as well. So you can see I'm Santa Barbara area, Santa Barbara County. You can select that county right there so that it would only select to people in your county. That is more for brick and mortar or actual in-person service-based things. But most of you are online and already working with many people just around everywhere. Age, want to select the age here, edit this. For me, I go with 25 to 40 years old. Make sure that this is narrow enough and it's actually people you want to work with. Please keep it within a decade at the very minimum. If you want to go more than that, that's fine. But I also wouldn't go any more than 20 years because quite frankly, like 25, I'd rather just select the people that I want to work with. And that is people who are 25 to 40. Why 25 to 40? Because people at 25 and over more than likely have the investment funds. They've done something with their life. They have the maturity. They're ready to go. They're disciplined. Not to say that people at 21, 22, 23, 24 don't have that. I'm just saying if I'm going to put money into it, I'm creating the rules to the game. Just create the rules to the game so that they're in your favor for you to win. Simple as that. 25 to 40, 25 to 45, genders, men, women, whatever you like to select there. And as you go down, not whatever you like to select, but more so with the type of people that you're working with. If you're only working with men, if you're only working with women, if you're working with both, keep going down. You wouldn't select anything here. This is when we put in our interest groups. But for this one, remember, it's just broad. As long as we got 25 to 40, 25 to 45, whatever it be for you, select whatever gender, keep going down, and show more options. Actually, no. Advantage, right here. There you go. You would just select that advantage, deselect this part, select the manual placements. And again, you can slow down on this anytime. I'm going to deselect Facebook. I don't want to send any of this to Facebook. This is the IG acquisition funnel. I want to send it only to Instagram. I don't know why it's not letting me. Let's go back there again. I guess that disappeared. Okay. This is where we just got to wait on Facebook to do its thing. Facebook Ads Manager. I'm not sure why it's not deselecting that. Just very interesting. There it is. There you go. Deselected everything. Also, I'm going to deselect Instagram feed. Exclude placements. Select exclude placements. That's fine. That's fine. I only want to send it to Instagram stories. I only want to send it to Reels. And I only want to send it to Instagram profile Reels. Sometimes I even do a test. And again, not to confuse you. No need to be confused. There's no confusion in Christ Jesus. There's clarity. But sometimes I select even just Reels and profile Reels just to send it strictly there because it's a video ad, and deselect stories. But for the purpose of this one, we're going to go with stories and Reels and profile Reels. Just to let you know, in the future, this is what you can change. You can always change things here. But it's as simple as that. Super simple. Last part, we're going into the creatives part right here. So right here, what I would label this is I would say like ad number 1, or I like to say something along the lines of creative number 1. Select that right there and scroll down. Here is single image or video. I deselect multi-advertiser ads. Sometimes that will pop in, especially when you duplicate your ad. But just deselect it. That means that you would have your ads alongside with other ads. I don't want that. Like, I don't really care for that. I just want to send it to the people who want my offer and then make myself more findable to those people. So simple as that. You would go down, add creative. here's the thing. If you have a new video that you're going to import from a edited video that you have not yet uploaded to Instagram, you're going to select here single image or video. If you already posted on your Instagram, so the micro niche reels that we're going to select for you, if we create some for you, then more than likely it's already going to be posted on Instagram. So you would just select use existing post, and that would allow you to pull from that pool of videos. That's the only difference there. But for this purpose, we're going to select create ad and actually upload videos. You're going to set up creative. Here's where you would select image. If it was a story ad or a carousel, you would select here. But if it was a story ad, we would select image ad. But in this case, we're going to select video ad. Video ad right here. And of course, I've already uploaded mine here so that they're all in there just for the purpose of this video and time sake. But you would then upload your video from your desktop wherever you have it saved, and make sure that you have the original one so that it actually uploads with the correct pixel and everything. But you just boom, drop it right over here. Let's use this one for the purpose of this one, of this video. We're going to select follow. Cool. Again, I'm going to have the primary text down there, but really what I do is I just select something along the lines of, I know a lot of you guys are going to actually pay attention to this, so don't mind this right now. This is just for the purpose of this example, the exact blueprint. I'm going to put the copies that I put at the bottom here, and you can select what works best for you. Truthfully, as long as you have that at the top of the line, you'll be good. Done. And we're going to insert different copies here, right? And I'm going to work on that with you. You would just add text options, boom, 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 boom. I just want to show you the purpose. See, and then you can see the preview over here. Looks good, solid. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Everything else stays off. Website events, offline events, everything else is off. Boom, this is done right here. Your entire campaign is set up. The beautiful part about this is that you don't have to create everything over again. All we're going to do is duplicate this. Boom. It's going to say existing campaign, existing ad set, duplicate. Number of copies, just one. Perfect. It's going to want to give you a whole bunch of different options. Probably Facebook always wants to do that. Nope, we're good. Okay. And make sure that this is the copy. I'm going to take that off right there. I would select creative number 2. See, I told you this wants to do that right here. We're just going to deselect that. But why I say the beautiful thing about this and doing it this way is because you don't have to redo everything that you've already done. And that's why we want to create the broad interest first. If you're trying to jump into the next one, stop right now. Just create the broad interest so that you don't have to do this over and over again, because it does take some time. It's a little bit time consuming at the beginning, a couple minutes, right? Shouldn't take you more than an hour once you have this dialed in. I'm just doing it very slow so that you fully understand this. But creative 2, all you're going to do is actually clear all. You want to select clear all. Don't select change video. Sometimes it just doesn't work as well. I don't know why. Just select clear all and then go in here. We just use this video. So in this case, I have a different type of video, creative, where we change the hook. I would select that right here. Boom. It's going to have this right here. You could add other text options. This is selected at visit Instagram profile. Select done. And boom. You got the next creative, and you get the point. At this point, you would have, our strategy there. We're going to create anywhere between 5 to 10 different creatives for each specific campaign. So you would have creative 1, creative 2, keep duplicating. As you can see in what I was showing you right there, I have a lot. I think for this campaign, we have maybe like seven creatives, and 7, perfect number. Yeah, the perfect number in the Bible. 7 creatives. So you would have all those, right? Keep duplicating them. And then what I would do, I would just make sure that before I duplicate the broad interest, go in there and actually like watch them, take the time to watch, not the full thing, just to make sure that you have a different one every time. Because when you're doing this a lot, like it could be a little bit like tedious and you can lose focus, and maybe you uploaded twice. You just want to make sure that you have them all uploaded, all the creatives that you did, so that we can optimize for testing. But essentially, you would create all the way down to whatever many creatives you have, at least 5 to 10. Then when that is done, I'm not going to go through all of that completely. But like, let's say you just did this right here. I'm just going to do this at 3. So that it looks a little bit more full for you. But in that case, we would just go back to creative number 3. You would change this, right? Creative number 3. Boom. And then you would go in here, clear all, change video, upload creative number 3. Boom. We got all 5 done, 5 to 10, however many we create. That's done. Now, I would duplicate the broad interest. and this is going to save you some time, a lot of time actually, so you don't have to do this individually, manually. You don't want to duplicate with recommendation. Do not duplicate with recommendation. Just original setup, the way that we're setting it up, leave it at that. Duplicate. And here you go. It did all of this for us. Again, see our broad interest. These are our creatives. Now it made a duplicate out of everything. So you should be able to go and everything is the way, the copy, the text, everything that you've uploaded in there should be good to go. So you don't have to do it all over again. All you have to do is change this ad set name. And in this case, we're going to change it to interest. I would call it, in this case, whatever interest that you select, entrepreneurship interest. Boom. Single interest, right? This is our single interest. Everything should be ready to go for you, so you don't have to do anything else. Again, reminder, $20 is going to be for that next ad set right there. So that'd be 20, 40, and then we're going to do it one more time, right? And hence, if you have a $60 budget, you do 20, 20, 20. If you have a 30, 10, 10, 10, you get it. Everything else will all be created for you. So you don't have to edit anything other than going down here where it says the interest, custom audiences. This is the only thing that we would change. Advantage plus detailed targeting. What you want to do, add demographic interest or behaviors. You want to make sure that you always select the interest. So what's an example? Entrepreneurship. Select interest. You don't want to select a job title. That you never want to select job title. Always select the interest. In this case, it would be the entrepreneurship. Boom, that's it. Everything else would have stayed the same. Again, that's the only thing that you would have to really change. And then from there, just make sure it should all be good, but I always just go down and just make sure, boom, yep, only Instagram stories, only reels, only profile reels. I would go in here to check each one of my creatives. What would tend to happen, it will select multi, right here, see, multi-advertiser ad, and I would just deselect that right there and go through every single one of those. It takes maybe a couple seconds plus whatever Facebook wants to lag on as well. So you go down, boom, that should be done right there. We're good to go. And of course, while you're on there, just take a look and see if it's the actual one that is correct, but it should be correct. Most of the times it is correct. I just like to double check things. And then from there, what we'll do is we'll duplicate that again. Always go back to duplicating the broad. Duplicate original setup, duplicate. We're almost finished up here. Boom. Here we go. Here's another copy right there. And in this case, now I'm going to select multiple interest. Multiple interest. We're going to go down. Everything should be selected the way it is. Another $20. Midnight. And now the only difference is that I'm going to add multiple interest groups here, right? So content marketing, and refer back to the interest groups that I shared with you in the previous video. Content marketing, lead gen. Typically, I like to select anywhere between 4 to 6 here. Lead gen. And again, the purpose of this is to select broad. As you can see, 650,000, or I think 650 million people there. So meaning I'm selecting huge interest broad markets so that our creative would do the selecting. I just know that if you're in the info space, you're probably in content marketing, you're probably in lead generation, you're probably in sales, you're probably in digital marketing, right? And you're probably in coaching. I want to actually differentiate these. As you can see, they're a little bit different, right? Lead generation is way different than coaching, right? Coaching is way different than sales. Sales is different than digital marketing. All of them are a little bit different, but my ideal avatar, ICP, will be in one of those. And I just want to make sure that I'm going broad on this. So again, anywhere between 4 to 6, I'm going to select 5 here for the purpose of this one right here. And what I would do then from here, again, all of our creators are there. Go again and deselect this part right there. Boom. And good to go. Good to go. Once you have that, that's exactly how you set up everything in the ads manager. Hence why I actually created the second video. Otherwise, we were going to be on this for quite a bit of time. And of course, all of this is worth it. Once you launch this, truthfully, what you would do is preview to publish, but I'm going to give you a little hack here. Instead of doing it from the creative part right there, go ahead and go back to your campaign so that it launches all of them at once. Boom. There you go. That's where you get the publish. Instead, again, launch from the top. You hit publish, and it takes maybe a couple hours max for everything to be published. But since you selected for midnight, everything, it should give you a notification. If you haven't already downloaded the Ads Manager on your phone, download the Ads Manager on your phone, get it all connected as well so that you can get those notifications on your phone as well. You could also check and track everything on your phone. I like to do it on a computer because there's a lot of things going on. But once this is done, you're going to select publish. Boom. Hit that publish button. Everything is ready to go. And I pray that God and the Holy Spirit, where Holy Spirit is moving at all times, everywhere, omnipresent, omnipotent, all-powerful, almighty, just be behind your ad so that you can attract the right people, because ultimately you will attract the people that God called you to serve. It's not a matter of if and what, but like if God called you to this, he called you to this because he knows that you have been given the opportunity to steward the people. So when they start coming, we got to be ready. We got to be ready because they will come. Once you hit this green button, they will come. It's how we're getting thousands of people to come and check out our Instagram profile, but everything is optimized, ready for us to be able to serve the people, God's people. Why I say God's people is because God created every human being, man and women, in the image of God. So when I see somebody coming in, I always serve them with the highest value, and you should be ready to do. Don't push that green button if you're not ready. If you're not actually ready to provide value, if you're not actually ready, you need to optimize some things in the back end, do that. Hit this green button when you're ready to start getting clients, and the rest is history. We're going to scale this business, and I know that is in Jesus' name. So may God bless you. If you have any questions, just let me know. Simple. Wanted to create this video for you so that you have the step-by-step. You can share this with your clients when you're coaching them, when you're teaching them. Of course, don't share this video, but you have the information, you have the knowledge, you have the skill set, you have the wisdom. And now I pray that God be behind what you got going on. Let's go scale this business. Let's freaking go.